Good day everyone and Merry Christmas. It's finally 2025. Today we're taking a look at the Viltrox 28mm f4.5 lens. If you haven't watched my last video, I talked about why I like this lens more than the Viltrox 20mm f2.8. Now let's dive into this lens's features and performance. We'll be covering its image quality, vignetting, autofocus, and sharpness. Let's talk about disadvantages. For starters, the aperture is locked at f4.5. You can't stop it down any further. Also, the lens doesn't have a filter thread, so you can't attach ND filters or other types of filters for video prep. Lastly, the rear part of the lens bulges out, so be careful when placing it down to avoid scratching the rear glass. So let's start with sharpness. Here's our test chart. Center sharpness is impressively sharp. Corner sharpness is also sharp, but there's some noticeable vignetting. For vignetting testing, let's take a look at this picture of the sky. You can clearly see some vignetting in the corners. While it's not deal-breaking for some, it's worth mentioning if you're planning to use this lens for landscape photography or similar purposes. For single-shot autofocus, the lens sometimes hesitates when it comes to focusing. Continuous autofocus is much faster, and it no longer hesitates to focus on the target. Video autofocus, on the other hand, is a little finicky. You can see how the focus goes back and forth, making the video throb. But it does do well when it comes to just focusing. I personally wouldn't even use this lens for video anyways, since I can't use ND filters and being stuck at f4.5 is a hassle.